you are all good and well. It's been a hot minute since I've last done a tier list, so I was like, you know what? I want to do one. I actually got the idea from my buddy Jick's best Pokeballs tier list that he just put up. I'll leave the link to that down below, but gave me the idea. I'm like, you know what? Let's do gym leaders. Because this one is gym leader, trial captain, and kahuna tier lists, by the way. So, here are our available options. We're gonna go in order and as they appear. How I'm probably gonna rank them, challenge for me, visuals, their typings, all that shit. But anyway, let's crack on. I gotta set one thing before we forget. There we go. So Kabu's first here for Sword and Shield, the Fire Gym Leader. For where he's placed in the game with fully evolved Mons, he is kind of difficult. But, you know, well-prepared teams can get you past him kind of easily. So I'm gonna put him, I'm gonna say he's cool. Because other than, you know, the challenge behind him, he's kind of just there for me. Erica, the visuals are nice with Erica, so I don't want to put her in the gross tier. Challenge, for me, she's way too easy. Overall experience, however, I remember Erica when I was a kid and I first got red, blue, and yellow. Oh yeah, you're gonna see the cursor, by the way, don't worry about that. Anyway, with Erica, if you go into her vastly underprepared, or if you don't know what the hell you're doing, she can be a challenge. Other than that, I'll put her in cool. Brock, if you add in his anime representation, he goes to dope. But this is purely based off the game. He's going in no, bitch. I've got, like, no... Brock is literally afterthought. So, he's going to go in the last tier there. B. B is a waifu, that's for sure. But B and Alistair, that... outside of, like, typing and designs and shit, their gym designs are the same. And I would have found it a little cooler if she actually used a Galarian Mon for her G-Max instead of, you know, Machamp. So, for that reason alone, I would have had her in Coup, but she doesn't stick out to me, so she will be in the gross tier. Rourke. I always enjoyed Rourke. I like him like design and conceptually. And that Cranidos can be a bitch if you are unprepared for it. So he's gonna go into dope. One, I don't care. You'll see a lot of the Gen 3 ones down here because it's well documented I am not a Gen 3 fan. Roxanne, very much in the similar vein as Brock. However, she's a step above Brock if you picked Torchic like I did. Viola. Okay. You know, her gym design was really cool. Her team is trash, but her gym design was cool, and she is a nice... I like her design, so she'll go in the middle of the road. Brawly. I actually do enjoy Brawly. Later iterations will put him down here as far as the challenge goes, but I very much enjoy every one of his gym designs. So, he's probably the lone exception for Gen 3 gym leaders. He's going to go up there. Silent. Hiku. I still love Silent. We're going to put all three Striton gym leaders in cool. Where'd you go, Chili? There you are. I like their gimmick. But other than that, it doesn't do much for me personally. Jasmine. For player challenge, like, that Steelix can get you if you're not prepared for it. Jasmine's going up there. Plus, I love her. I like her character arc, essentially. Like, Jasmine's really cool. So, Morty. Morty's really cool because he has connection to the legendaries. But his gym, if you're prepared for it, or, you know, you're just packing a good physical move. Like, Gen 2 Morty, I feel, is a little harder than, you know, Gen 4 Morty. So for that, we're going to put him into Dope. Norman. He's going to go into the Dope tier as well, because I love his story arc. With him being the player character's dad. That's good shit right there. Watson, fuck you. Watson has always given me trouble in any iteration of the Hoenn games. So, essentially, fuck you. And we got Byron here. I mean, I like the fact that he's Rourke's dad, but other than that, I don't feel too strongly about him, so he'll go into gross. Volkner. He is edgy, done wrong. Like, he's like super apathetic, and just, when you finally get to battle him by that time, he's cake. So it's just like, get out of here, Volkner. That is edgy done wrong. You just go there, Blue. Now, more specifically, I'm talking Johto Blue. I don't remember his Let's Go team, if we're being honest. I really don't. But it's Blue. He's one of the best characters in all of Pokemon, so. Bugsy. I like the fact that it's widely speculated that Bugsy is kind of a non-binary character. Because there's some games that look at Bugsy as a dude, others as a lady. For that little aspect, I'll put him out of no bitch for it, but that guy's a wash. Fuck you, Bede. Marnie is waifu. Marnie is edgy done right. Volkner is edgy done wrong. Bede's a bitch. Opal, I don't feel... Opal's gonna go in a coup. We're actually gonna call it, instead of coup, we're gonna call it average. Just for ones I don't really have a very strong opinion on. But I don't like... Opal's kind of just there. let's just... For me, let's just put it that. Opal, for me, is just there. Alright, Burgle Cut. Now, Berg ends up messing me up a lot in, like, Nuzlocke and whatnot. But it's not like Watson, where I just genuinely dislike him. I don't know what it is about Watson, I just can't get with him. But Berg, you know, provides good challenge. His gym designs, his black and white gym design, kinda meh. Black 2, white 2, however, that's a top tier design right there. Adequate challenge, plus he's pretty... I've always run into problems at him when it comes to Nuzlocke. What price? Silly old man. You're just gonna go into average. Like, I don't feel too strongly either way about you. Whitney. Oh, man. Fucking Whitney. So, Gen 2 Whitney is probably one of the hardest gym leaders in the game. Yeah, and that's specifically Gen 2 Whitney. I mean, Gen 4 Whitney, you know, the physical special split's a thing and you can work with that a little more. But then you think, oh, hey, I'll bring a gas lead to the battle. Her mill tank has Scrappy. So, with Whitney, for her being a challenge, if we're going specifically off of most challenging and downward, she'd definitely be up here. But this is also factoring in like region and my personal opinion to that which knocks her down to dope. I don't like the one aspect of Whitney that I don't like is that she's kind of a crybaby. Yeah, she's kind of a whiner. So, talks all that shit in the beginning, and when you beat her, she cries like a little bitch. So, that aspect alone takes her down to the dope tier. Flannery. Average. Like, I don't feel too strongly one way or another about Flannery. She's kind of just there. Tate and Liza. Ruby and Sapphire, Tate and Liza in the no bitch tier. They go up to gross simply for the fact of their emerald team. So they're going to go there. Plus, I like the gimmick that they're a double battle. Now, if they were a little bit earlier in the game, they probably would have moved up a tier. Because, you know, double battling was kind of a gimmick, was the thing they introduced in Gen 3, but didn't use a lot of. So it's like, Nanu. Alright. He's my boy because he uses dark types, but I do like that they threw a curveball at you. So if let's say we have him in the average tier. Him being just a hate the world motherfucker puts him down to here. Him using the dark type moves him up for me. And the idea that him being the kahuna of Ula Ula, seemingly out of nowhere, because when you played it blind for the first time, you never expected, at least I didn't expect Nanu to be the kahuna of Ula Ula at the time. So, he goes to average for me. Alistair. Like, the same idea as B, but Alistair's gonna go up a tier, given because I like his design better. Milo. Nessa's going up here. Nessa is bae, Nessa's waifu. Like, Nessa's the shit. Alright. Ramos. He's literally forgettable. He doesn't really pose much of a challenge. He's forgettable, and it's just, Misty is going to go into the dope tier. She's a good early game gym leader. Like, especially in Gen 1, if you aren't prepared to take special hits, Misty gonna fuck you up. Straight up. So Misty will go into the dope tier. And then we have the lock killer himself, Clay. He's just a no-nonsense dude. Like, his Pokemon hit hard. His gym designs were cool. Always provided a good challenge. And he's a hard hitter, no nonsense, zero bullshit kind of guy. He's going in yes bitch for me. Drayden, also with the no nonsense, zero bullshit policy. And I like that he is instrumental in the lore behind the dragons in the Gen 5 games, so he goes up to dope. Skyla. Skyla is another gym leader that always gave me trouble in runs of Black and White and Black 2, White 2. Especially because I like to play under-leveled. So it's not so much her typings, it's just team construction. And I usually play under-leveled, so which usually gives me a challenge. But if well prepared, you could easily run through her. But I also like Skyla's design. And then, for the fact that she gives me a personal challenge, she'll go into the dope tier. Then we have Janine, literally forgettable. The weakest Kanto gym leader in Gen 2. Not even like... I do. The one potential thing for her that she got going, that she is the daughter of Koga. But that's not enough for me to pull her out of the depths of no bitch. So, then we got Raihan. Laid back guy. Super relaxed. Takes way too many selfies. But utilizes the double battle in his gym challenge. And uses weather teams. He's the most comp level gym leader that there is. Like, Raihan legit uses competitive strategy, even if the AI doesn't like to agree with it. But, because the AI, Pokemon AI is Pokemon AI. But simply because he's the closest to competitive. And he's a good challenge, and designs cool, and I love his relationship with Leon. The fact that he seems very self-centered, very egotistical, very vain, I dropped him down one tier. Gordy and by converse, Melanie, they're just gonna go into the average tier. Like, I don't feel too strongly either way about either of them. Marlon was dope. Marlon was dope. Super relaxed, like, cool vibes. Roxy. Now, if we're going from average, then she appeals to me because she is a musician. I want her Scolipede bass, IRL. Like, if somebody could get me that bass, or I can find it and actually play it, like, we'll be in a good setup there. But she seems very pushy, like totally has like frontman syndrome. To which she goes down to just average for me there. But for where she is in Black 2, White 2, it's a good challenge at that point. Because if you didn't know that there was Magnemite in the Verbank complex, or if you didn't even know the Verbank complex was a thing, to get said Magnemite, she can wreck your shit. Lenora has middle-staged evolutions by the time you face her, with Herdier and the fully evolved Watchhog, which does provide a challenge, and Retaliate is no joke. And Lenora be thick dough, so she's going to be in the dope tier. We got Candace. She cute, but very much easily forgettable gym leader for me. Well, I love how you have to, like, trek through a mountain to get to her. So that saves her from bottom tier. Gardenia. Gardenia will be average for me. Don't feel too strongly one way or another. Chuck. In the context of a normal Johto playthrough, He would be similarly to Price in like an average tier. However, I'm moving Chuck up to dope. Because, again, his Gen 4 gym design, cool. His team, shit. However, we're putting him into the dope tier legitimately because of our Sacred Gold Umbreon solo run that we did. Of which, by the way, I have part 3 of that whole, like, arc done. I just gotta do the voiceover for it. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. It's mostly keeping the conversation going with that. So, anyway, Claire, instant top level. I did almost drop her down to dope, though, given how she reacts after the battle. But the designs of her gyms, the challenge, Claire's up there. Faulkner, lowest of the low. Acerola, alright. Average for me. Kind of just, Okay, this doesn't include Elite Four. Alright, but we have Hala here. And we are going to do a separate tier list for the Elite Four and Champions as well. So, Hala, I don't feel too strongly one way or another. Ilima can go down here. Kiowa's dope. He's one short of yes bitch, given the fact that he's a trial captain and not a gym leader. I can imagine Kiowa as a gym leader, though, would be super sick. But his look, where you meet him into the game, he's dope. Lana, kind of meh. Grass. Mallow is pretty cool. Mina's just, I don't care for Mina too much. Olivia be thick in all the right places. Her teams are pretty challenging for that point in the game, but not quite challenging enough for me. But still, she'll be in the dope tier though. Sophocles. Yes, I pronounced his name wrong intentionally. He only goes into the gross tier because his character arc, he's the reason Friend Safari exists. So, fuck you. My boy Pierce, the official first ever dark type gym leader. I love the fact that his gimmick is a musician. He's got that goth emo edge vibe. His whole gimmick's that he's a frontman of a band. And I love that his conviction to not Dynamaxing. He absolutely refuses to do it. Instant yes bitch for me. Sabrina. Now, with Sabrina, Gen 1 Sabrina, oh my god, she is evil. Unless you have fast physical attackers. Or a fast mon with a good physical attacking move. Gen 2 Sabrina, kind of meh when you face her again in Johto. Gen 3 Sabrina in Fire Red Leaf Green. Easier because, you know, Dark type's now officially a thing for a Gen 1 run. Her Johto iteration in Gen 4, kind of meh. Let's Go, kind of meh. But for the overall look, personal experience, and all that factored in, she dope. She dope. Blaine, I just love Blaine's gimmick, really. He himself is not the greatest of gym leaders, especially in Gen 1. He is a shit He has really shitty AI in Gen 1. But his gimmick is really cool. Plus, fire type, 7th gym, usually. Alright. So he'll go into the dope tier for me. Alright, we have Lieutenant Surge now. It depends really on the playthrough you're doing. Because you can easily just wall him with the Moonstone, that with the Nido King or Queen you could have up to that point. Because, you know, you get Moonstones in Mount Moon. Or you can go get a Diglett from Diglett's Cave, which is right on the other side of his city. He can be easy, he can be hard. I do like the military gimmick. But don't go into him underleveled unless you do have a ground type. Him in yellow version, I think, is his best iteration. Because at that point, is Misty tops out at what, level 8, level 20? And like 21 when you fight Misty? And his Raichu is at almost level 30 by the time you get to him in Vermilion. So that, in and of itself, is a little bit of a challenge. If you go into Surge under-leveled in yellow, you're going to have a rough time. Giovanni is going up here. His whole entire character arc is fucking awesome. Koga for me is average. But I do like the fact that he did get promoted to the Elite Four. But I do not find Koga challenging. So he's going to go there. Wallace is average for me. In all honesty, he's kind of just meh. He would be gross, because in my in OG Gen 3 playthroughs, he gives me a hard time. But I like his look, which keeps him out of the lower 2 tiers for me. But so he'll stay at average. Clement, if you add his anime representation, he'd be here, but we are not including that. So he's gonna super forgettable. Like, I don't like his gym construction. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Clement's going here. He doesn't seem like a formidable challenge to me. His gym design's kind of meh. And then we got Elisa? I think Elisa anyway. The electric gym leader of Gen 5. So, I really enjoyed her black and white gym design. The black 2, white 2, but she does have good strats. And waifu, so she'll go into dope. Crasher Wake's going up here. He appeals to my love of professional wrestling. Like, let's take it, if I wasn't a wrestling fan, given based off of challenges and gym design, he'd definitely be average for me. If we're not including gym designs, he'd go here, but all told, he's going up there. Hapu, I like that she's actually a good part of the story arc for Gen 7 in either iteration. So, she's going to be dope for me. Maylene, average. I don't feel any way strongly about her whatsoever. She's kind of just there. Winona also gave me a lot of troubles in my Gen 3 experience. I feel like she's one of those weird, like, drugged out hippies Like, she hit a little too much weed going into the gym battle. Grant is in the gross tier as of right now, because we're still working on the sixth gen installment. I do like the fact that he utilizes the fossils of Gen 6. That's cool. His gym design is awesome. I like his hair. However, that his tyrant can be an asshole if you're not prepared. But anyway, Fantina. I mean, I don't really remember her Diamond and Pearl gym design too much, but I do remember her gym design from Platinum, and I really love her gym design in Platinum. So, I do have a little bit more of a personal connection to Platinum, though, but she can be challenging, especially if, like, because in Diamond and Pearl, she's the 5th gym leader, but in Platinum, she's the 3rd. We'll see how that works out when it comes to Diamond and Pearl remakes, whenever those happen. Iris, average. However, I would almost put her into dope because she goes on to become the champion in Black 2, White 2. However, I just don't care for her. So, the fact that she becomes the champion is literally holding her out of the bottom 2 tiers. Karina, average. Don't feel too strongly one way or another. Valerie is kind of dope in her design. I feel her gym design too much rips off Sabrina's. But the fact that she's the first ever fairy gym leader is cool. Plus, I like the blacked out eyes thing on her. She's kind of cool. Wolfric is super forgettable. And he's the 8th gym leader of Kalos. If you're an 8th gym leader, you shouldn't be, like, forgettable. Like, you should be known of being a strong opponent. Like, sure, you know, fat guy representation. Let's go. Anyway. Outside of his gym design, you completely forget about him. Olympia, her gym design she's very much in the same vein as Wolfric, with like the kind of just forgettability, but her gym design is fucking insane. So she gets held out of the bottom tiers for that. I feel like I may have confused some people. Anyway. Did they separate? Who the fuck are you? Did I literally just forget who you are? Or is it just black and white Elisa versus black 2, white 2? Because the head thingy is the same. Anyways, Bryson, forgettable. Plus, I hate him in the Pokemon Star Studio thing. Okay, it is Elisa. Alright, cool. So, but this is her black and white iteration. So we're going to put her next to her other iteration of Black 2, White 2. And there you have it. That is our tier list of gym leaders and trial captains and kahunas. There we go, there we go. If you guys liked it, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you want to see some more tier lists and stuff of this kind of nature. To which I now must bid thee adieu. Good day, goodbye, and good night.